Welcome everyone to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive. Today is going to be a fun, just therapeutic drive with my GT4 in the canyons of Angeles Forest. We're going to do Angeles Crest Highway a little bit. We're going to do Upper Big Tujunga. It's going to be a good time. This is just for funsies. I'm going to do a review on this car very shortly, like a full in-depth review, but this is going to be more just sights and sounds of this car. I'm going to talk a little bit, but it's mostly just going to be the car talking, so don't mind a little interjection. Let's take this thing for a spin. Now, I had a string of no cars, and I was like, okay, I'm going to start this video, and then that Fiesta just goes by. Let's make sure we put it into loud mode here. Yes, loud mode engaged. Need to let the GT4 sing. Unfortunately, I already saw 2 bikers go down today. I didn't actually see them go down, but couldn't have been shortly before I got there. They were with a whole group of bikers, and unfortunately there was a bunch of cinders and mid-corner, and they unfortunately went down, but we're okay. I have a good feeling that this Fiesta is going to get out of the way. Fiesta eventually moved out of the way. So this is Angeles Crest. It connects to a bunch of different roads that kind of offshoot this, but this is like the main highway. And here's where the bikers went down. Looks like the ambulance is here. Could be sketchy here, guys. Like I'm typically come here way earlier in the day. Hopefully everyone's okay. I typically come here way earlier in the day. There's a lot less people. I try and get up here like damn near right when the sun's coming up, because otherwise you run into this kind of thing where there's a million people on this road trying to enjoy it, which they have every right to, but kind of gets in the way of you enjoying it. So hopefully we'll get a stretch here where we don't get interrupted. I'll shut up and let the GT4 talk for a little bit. Chasing that 8,000 RPM red line in this car. The gearing is so high. But to those people that say the car is ruined because it has long gearing are out of their mind and clearly have never driven one, because this thing is such a blast. So coming up here in a brief minute is Upper Big Tujunga, which is a canyon road that I really, really like, because it doesn't really go anywhere. So it has a lot less people. Yeah, we revving her out. So we're sort of going down Upper Big Tujunga. My favorite thing to do is to come up, because the elevation we were at is much higher than where we'll end up at the end of this road. But it's still really fun regardless, because there's a lot less people on this road. The views are decent. There are better views in the Angeles Crest, or the Angeles Forest, I should say. But this is like big sweepers, really fast road. These bikers up here are lunatics in my opinion. Like, I'm doing this in the car and I'm not going 10/10ths, and maybe they aren't either, but still, there's so many cinders on the ground. I mean, it's just like, there's no room for error with these bikes here. You hit a corner, you get going fast in a corner here with some cinders, even if you're not going 10/10ths, and you're off in a bike. At least in a car, I have a little bit of forgiveness. But we're not going slow. Talk too much about it because I'm going to do a full review. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss that one coming up. But my God, the balance of this car. So good, so easy to drive fast. Made to be wrung out. And I know this is like just the Carrera S engine, but they definitely did some tweaks to this, because no Carrera S engine sounds like this. I know Porsche admitted to doing some porting of the intake, but sometimes I feel like they did a little more and just didn't tell anyone. And I've thought about putting exhaust on this thing, but it sounds so good stock with the loud mode on. Why mess with Porsche perfection? Shifting just for fun. That's a decent view, huh? There's a passing lane here when you're coming the other way, which is really nice, because if you get stuck behind somebody like right away, it's super clutch, because otherwise you're stuck for a long time. Ooh, it's getting spicy in here. I needed this. Totally clear upper big Tujunga after a long week of work. Guys, get your cars out, take them for a drive, make sure that you are staying sane during these super annoying times where you can't go and do really anything else. Just take that drive, even if you don't need to take that drive. Do it for your mental health. I love getting out here, clearing my head. And hey, maybe you don't have canyons where you live. I'm sure there's a back road somewhere you can take to enjoy. Is Upper Big Tujunga. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen this road, don't tell too many people about it, because then we'll have to deal with traffic. But if you're out in California and you're in the Angeles Crest, it's definitely a road worth checking out. I plan to do more of these videos where I kind of cover specific roads. So if you have a suggestion, maybe you don't live in California and you're just looking on the map of Angeles Crest and you're like, hey, what about this road? Leave it in the comments and I will go drive it, film it, we'll have a good time, you'll get to see it, and maybe one day you can go drive it then. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Eat Sleep Drive TV on Instagram, and if you want to follow me in between episodes, make sure you're hitting that follow button on Instagram and subscribing, hitting the bell so you don't miss future content. See you guys.